Hi everybody. I had showed you a glimpse of part of the charm that I'm making for the Twilight Planner. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the whole thing. I haven't done it yet, so. I'm going to use one of these clips that I got from Studio Calico, and this is in a pink color, but it's a really muted pink color, so I think it's going to go good. Now, one of the things that you want to make sure is that it's going to go onto the planner or book or binding or whatever you're putting it on. So, I have that here. Let me gather it up. It is not quite done yet. So, this is the planner that I'm using, and the first time I did a planner, I did a it was removable, but not as easy as this is. So I wanted to do something different, and I want to do a clip. So you can see that that fits just perfectly. I'm not going to have any issues with it fitting over the binding. So this is what we're going to do. It's going to clip there. Of course, it's going to come off too. And then this side's going to go on the inside, so I'm not going to put anything there. All of my stuff is going to hang off of that side. So these are sturdy enough to hold it, and you can always use the clips that Tim Holtz has, or clips from, you know, those black clips that you can get anywhere. But that's the idea. Now, I had previously made this on a video using BeeBeecraft materials. And I still have my BeeBeecraft stuff out, but let's go ahead and start making the bulk of this. I have here like a small keychain, or it's called a, it's about 3/4 inch, and it is called a, it's almost, I can't remember what it's called. It's not a jump ring, but it's like a keychain, but smaller. So I'm going to put that on here, and this is going to be like where stuff hangs off of. Okay, so what I have is, of course, I have this, and I have several other things that I need to put on there too. I have white eyelet lace, I have gold, black, sheer white, I have some black pearls, and some red and black satin ribbon, all Twilight-esque, alright? So, I also have some books that I haven't made yet, and some hearts, some of the charms that go along with the books. I'm not sure if I'll get that one in there. I have some beads and some other things here. Now, not everything's going to fit. So, first thing I'm going to do is make my books, because they have to dry once I get them put together. So, these are books that I own, and I just scanned them in the front and the spine and the back cover, and then I scanned them in. I put them together in either Word or my Silhouette Studio, one or the other. And this is New Moon, so you can do this with any book you want. I have a whole tub of these. I'm just going to use my needle nose pliers to fold that, and then on the other side to match. And then what you do is, based on the size of the book, you know, you can make it as big as you want. These are about 1 inch, I think. Let's see. Nope, these measure about 5/8 of an inch. Okay, and then I have done several books, like I said, so I have a whole bin full of books here. Like here's, which one is this? This is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, I think, in one of the new editions. So these pages are different in size depending on what size book that I have. So I'm gonna find the pages that go with my Twilight books because they're all the same size page. And let's see if this is it. See, and those will work. And then you just cut them out and fold them in half. And then you stack them on top of each other. And this is a fairly small binding, so I'm thinking probably like 6 of these will do it. And they're just plain blank pages. Show you how to make one, and then you can make the rest of them. Okay, so these pages all stacked together like this are going to be plenty to fill that little spine. Okay, so I've got my little papers in this book, and I forgot to tell you, the paper on the inside is copyright paper, and the paper on the outside I printed the book covers on is cardstock. Excuse the noise in the background. Okay, now super simple. I take my white PVA glue and just go along, fold up all those pieces of paper, lay them side by side or on top of each other. The puppy is playing. And just put glue right along the top edge. You just kind of squeeze that together, and then you insert this while the glue is still wet right into the book. Hold it there for a second. Make sure it's gonna stay. This one. You are making a lot of noise, puppy. Alright, there we go. Alright, so once that's done, and then I got one more. This is Eclipse. This is a pretty thick one. If you hear the noise in the background, I'm sorry, but the puppy has found a way to keep himself occupied that is not causing me any stress. Okay, you just line up all the papers again. Glue on the binding there. And then if you're going to have this out in the weather, I would, before you put the pages in, I would like seal the covers, like Mod Podge or something like that. Depending on your printer. Like my printer tends to, it's not archival or whatever, so. Even when I put the Mod Podge on it to seal the front covers, it bleeds, especially the white on the red. Like I have to like do the back cover, clean my brush, and then do the front cover. And you have your little tiny books. There it is. And you can make them as simple or as complicated as you want. If you just wanted to make, you know, the front cover, you wouldn't have to make the spine at all. And once the glue is dry, that will stay in place. Now, granted, there's plain white papers on the inside, but hey, works for me. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Twilight book, and I'm going to take the head pin. I've already showed you how to do this, so I'm not going to go over it again. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3. I'm using the head, or not head pin. Yeah, no, they're not head pins because they don't have heads on them. I'll have to look up what these are. And then I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut them at, about a 1/2 inch. Don't need much. I just need enough to glue in there. Okay, there we go. And then I do it in the back so that if it leaves a bubble on the cover from the head pin, then it doesn't show through the front. Just between the back page and the back cover, put your head pin in there and leave that sticking out. And push it down, and you let that dry. Same with the clips. And then these will be ready for beading. There you go. You can do this with any series of books you want. If you just want to make that a charm by itself, put it on a charm bracelet right now. It's good to go. But we're going to make things fancy. So, the next thing I'm going to do while these are drying, I do those first for a reason, is I'm going to take my ribbon and add it to, I'm going to add some to either side of this clip, and it doesn't matter which strings you use. And you can always trim it later, so you don't have to worry about it, how long it is yet. We'll see what it looks like once everything's on there. And I've tied the first one to the left side of the clip itself, and then the second one is going to be on the right side. And I think I'll use the red satin for that one. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of keep this ring in place, because now there's going to be something tied to either side. And for your ribbon, you can always burn the edges so that it doesn't fray on the end, and I'll do that later. So now that little clip is kind of in place, and I did knot that because I think it makes it too bulky. I just put one tie in it. And then let's use this black lace that I got from Connie and put it right through the ring now. And then what that's going to do is I'm going to have some on either side of that. It's going to kind of separate my charms a bit. And you can see that I have all different lengths going here. Hang on, zoom out a little bit. I have all different lengths going, so when I get done, we'll kind of determine what should be where. I'm going to go ahead and tie this white sheer on the other side here. It's a little crinkly, and that's okay. It's going to give it some volume. And the sheer I'm going to go ahead and knot because it's not going to add a lot of bulk to that. And then the black satin I'll put on the opposite side. And then these two are really bulky, so those are going to go on after everything else. And I'm just going to tie this on. Okay, so you see we're starting to get some bulk. Now let's add some texture. I think I'm going to go ahead and tie this satin ribbon. Is falling off. Tie it in a knot. Okay, so there's it. I mean, that's a really nice start. There's satin, there's lace, there's this gold ruffly trim, and I think I have some white eyelet lace that I may use too. There's a smaller satin, so that's a really nice, good start with color and texture. So let's add. Let's go ahead and add the charm that I made from the BeeBeecraft supply, just to give us a little perspective on size. And I'm gonna add that to the ring, not the clip, but the ring. Okay. So, and yes, it does kind of get lost in the, in the whole mess of things, but it does add a lot of texture to it. Now, when we made this, we have this really nice long, I don't know what you call it, like chain there. So we can definitely add some stuff to that. One of the things that I like adding are beads, because again, it's another texture, it's another shape. So I'm going to take another jump ring, and add it to the bead, and then I'm going to just put it in a couple different places on this chain that we have. So I'm going to speed you up. While I do that. Alright, so that adds some cuteness to that chain there. It's not just one big chain, so let's look at it all together, the way that it would hang. Alright, cute. Now let's add, that has that big, the truck piece on it, so let's add a chain, and we can use the same chain, that's fine. And let's add, what should we add here? I have this key, I have some more hearts, I have some beads. Have these red, black, and clear hearts. Let's work with that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut, I don't know, about a 4-inch piece, I suppose. And let's prepare this to be, let's go in order. Let's prepare this to be the new moon one. And the new moon one, I just did that with my nail. See, I shouldn't have done that. The new moon, we'll put the book on. And then, let's see, what do I have? I have the wolf for the new moon, but I kind of wanted to save him for the second charm. So let's do, what can I put for the new moon charm? Let's do this. And that's a little big, so we're going to put new moon on there by itself. There we go. I'm going to get another jump ring. I'll put the tassel on. I guess the tassels kind of remind me of like the fringe on some of the suede clothing like the Native Americans wear. I don't know if I'm not being politically correct. I'm sorry. It's just what it reminds me of. It's definitely, you know, it's a brown color. It's more natural, I guess, than dyed. And then we'll put him, that book's there, so we'll put him up here. So we may do, each book has its own little thing. Okay, so that tassel has a fairly big ring, so I'm going to do my best to get this closed. If I can't, I have to use a bigger jump ring, which I have. I have bigger jump rings. It has to be closed though, because even though that tassel has a big ring, the chain that it's hooked to does not. It is the same as all the others. So no space between the ring, the jump ring. I keep saying that, right? It's important. Alright. And you guys, this is like, this is something you have to do because you enjoy doing it. It is very tedious. Alright. And you jewelry makers out there, if you're watching this and I'm doing something wrong, or you think, oh my gosh, she's doing that the hard way, let me know. I'm going to take each one of these little hearts and put it on its own jump ring. Probably if I had the proper tools it would be easier. This I don't know where I got these hearts, but they are cheaply made. They're just not like, the hole isn't even in the right place, but they look neat. I think they look neat because the hole's not in the right place and they're just a little off kilter. Black heart. There we go. Another jump ring. You see, I'm mixing colors on this, and as you can see, it does not make any difference at all. Let's see. There's the clear heart. I'm going to put these other two on. I'm going to put a lobster clasp on it and then hook it on there. And we will be back for the next part of the journey. All right. Alright, let's make a couple more dangles and charms here. First thing I'm going to do is make a, I don't know what you would call it, little bead, hangy bead thing with these head pins. These are from BeeBeecraft also, and they're called head pins because they have this little flat thing on the end, and I have these heart beads with a hole in the middle. I have no idea where I got them, probably at like the craft store in like the strung bead section. And I just slide these on here if they'll fit. Yep, they'll fit, and it'll still give me a little room to use this tool thing that they have at BeeBeecraft. I got this at my local craft store, and I just use that to put a little circle on the end so that I can put a jump ring in it, on it, and then I just close it up with my needle nose, or in this case a combination of needle nose and my okay, and I'm not very good at that. I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. That's how I did it. That's how I learned to do it. These are glass beads. I think I smashed them, but alright. Okay, so there's that. This is an earring, and I want to use this for my clips. Yeah, my clips, and it has a big jump ring on it, so I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to take the earring part off. So in order to preserve the earring, instead of using my wire cutters, I am just going to bend it, and then I'll bend it back. And now I have an extra earring thing if I so happen to need it. So these will go together, and I just cut a length of my chain again from BeeBeecraft, and I'm going through the chain with the jump ring. Maybe you guys want me to zoom you in? Can you see? Okay. Zoom in here. Or not zoom in. Put the jump ring. Come on, jump ring. Through the chain. There we go. Jeez, that was hard. I'm gonna let's put the charm on the bottom of this one hanging down because it's a fairly long charm. That way it won't cover the book. Take another jump ring. And I just want to say that that bag of jump rings from this BeeBeecraft is full. Ow. Definitely full. Okay. This is, again, you open it up. Put the book on there. Oh, uh-oh. My glue didn't hold. Alright, hold on to the book. Not doing that yet. We'll put the heart charms on there. I'll put those toward the top because I want to put the book toward the middle. And see how far apart that is? Like the jump ring didn't seal. If you take, as long as they're like on the same that platform, space and platform of space and time, and you just squeeze them together. Alright, let's see why this didn't work here. This didn't have the glue in the right place because I glued the front page to the back page. Alright, let's try that again. Oh my goodness, the dogs are going nuts. Oh. There's a whole bunch of birds in the backyard. Alright, so I'm gonna go let the dogs out while this dries here. Okay, our little book should be dry now. Yep, alright. Jump ring. Look, things falling out. Okay. Let's see here. Whoops. Jump ring, open. Oh, I have a giant dog right here. What do you want, puppy? You've already been out. You're not going anywhere. It's not time to eat yet. It's our oldest dog. He has puppy syndrome. He's like, no. Not another one. So we'll put this in the middle, like we're going to attach it right under where these hearts stop. And on this one I have these two chess pieces. They both came in silver. I colored one with red alcohol marker. And we're just going to repeat the same process again. And this time I'm going to use a large jump ring. This one is 6 millimeters. And what we're going to do is we're going to put both of these little guys on here. I've gotten 4 removable charms here. Let's see if I can get this one off. No, I'm not getting that one off. Okay, so there we go. There's the metal charms, and then obviously the textile charms, and then we will come back and deal with some of these miscellaneous pieces that I still want to stick on there, I think. We'll see. Okay, so I've almost wrapped this up here. You can see the metal charms so far, and I just want to add some of these, and then we'll go on to the charm that I hang on the closure. So these are just super simple. I kind of look like, I think we can definitely use another something here. So let's put the music sign on there, of course. Edward is a musician, so Edward gets a treble clef here. Okay, and then see here, I think maybe something here. Let's put one of these hearts on there. I'm just using jump ring after jump ring, and there's still a ton left, so really happy with the kit that I got there from BeeBeecraft.com. I think I said a heart. The hearts have a little wider. There we go. Just put it on here. And then we'll close it. Didn't close all the way. There we go. Alright, and then let's go ahead and stick these on here. And remember, I have some ribbon already on there, so I want to make sure that I use that ribbon to separate where I put my charms so they're not all bunched up together. There we go. I mean, they're all going to be somewhat bunched, but they're all separated by a ribbon. Same. Oops. Okay, there we go. What do you think? It's nice, chunky. Not really chunky, it's just, it's full, you know? So, let's look here. Zoom me out. I think I'm going to trim one of the gold pieces. And maybe one of the black lace. Alright, I'm good with that. And then for the last thing, I'm going to get back in my kit here. I'm going to grab some of these, just 2 of these garment pens that came in this kit. And I'm just going to hook the key and the pen nib on. And you just slide those in. You pick your ribbon, which I'm going to use the red ribbon. And do the same for the pin nib. And I don't have very many thick ribbons, but we don't necessarily have to put them both on the red. Let's put one on the lace. Oops. And these obviously are super removable. Alright, so there's our charm. And let's go ahead and move some stuff and put it on and see how it looks. Now you can put it right on the spine there. There you go. If I do anything, I may put one big ribbon on it. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Okay, now there's another charm that I use. I'm going to take this off because I don't need it. I can include that in case she does want it. And I am going to punch a hole with my big chomper thing right here in this. Probably right in the middle, I think. Right there. No problem there. Now, this is just like a cardboard with a little bit of leather, pleather. I don't know if it's real leather or not. I got a rose gold eyelet, so it goes perfect. And I'm going to set that eyelet. And I just make sure I don't set it too much. Perfect. Alright, so now you have an eyelet there. And on this one, I want to do Bella's charm bracelet. The first one I did, I had like this little bottle or this little capsule of fake blood, and I don't have that, but I have this jar of red hearts, and I have Jacob's Wolf, and I have a pack of glass prism hearts for Edward's Diamond. It should not be. Okay. So alright, this one comes like this, so we're going to dismantle it just a little bit. Oh, these, yeah, I guess it's okay. First I thought it was pretty flimsy, but that's okay. We're good. Yeah, I was gonna say everything's on there silver, so we were gonna switch to silver, but like I said, I don't care. And I took this apart and re-threaded it or re-bundled it because I had totally mangled it, and I still have a good 8 feet left of this chain. So we're going to make this one removable too. A lobster clasp and a jump ring for the closure. So on one end I put the jump ring and lobster clasp, and on the other end I'll put a jump ring so it's easier to close. It'll be just like a, normal necklace. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom it back in. Okay, and then like I said, so that's that end. On this end, we'll do just the jump ring. And then before we attach it to the planner, let's go ahead and put the charms on. So the heart already has a big jump ring, and I think that's just because of the way that it's made. It's thick, so it needs a big jump ring. Okay. Now for these, the wolf, we don't need a big one. We'll just use a regular one. There we go. And I did go to the store and I seen that the jewelry pliers and cutters are much smaller than these, so probably easier to handle. Than these. And I know that didn't, there, I know it didn't close, but I couldn't find the, there you go. One last thing and we're done. I don't like this. I don't like this big thing on here. It's not closing all the way. Just use my thumbnail. Okay. And we'll put that on here. Close that up. And then one last bead. Which is going to be this bottle. I think I'll use the 6mm one again. Alright, you guys. So, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me and letting me share with you my process for making charms and this planner, specifically this planner charm. And I think I'll come back and show you guys how I kind of decorate and personalize the rest of the planner. If you want to see that, then definitely stop, hang out and watch for another video. And then we can close it like normal. And a very small person could actually use this as a charm bracelet. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, that's it for the charms, you guys. There's this, whoops, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There's this one. And here is the charm bracelet. Alright, thanks a lot. We'll see you later. Bye.